everyone, Liz Holterhouse here from OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams, back in the month of June to bring you the market update for the month of May. And as you guys know that have been watching, we're going to start with Dare County. This is north of Duck, sand ruling at the county line between Dare County and Currituck County. All of Dare County, all the way down to the Lighthouse and Dare County mainland. So in Dare County, we are just a hair's breadth away from a balanced market. And if you've been watching for any time at all, over the course of the last year, inventory has risen, days on market have risen, and we have gone from a very, very, very strong seller's market inching ever so slightly each month into a more balanced market. And the definition of that seller's almost a balanced market is based on how much inventory is on the market. And right now, if not another home came on at the rate in which homes are selling, we have 5.11 months worth of inventory on the market. Many people will tell you or feel that a balanced market's a healthy market. The seller doesn't have so much of the upper hand, the buyer doesn't have so much of the upper hand. And I think when a transaction happens and it closes smoothly, I think in a balanced market, everyone feels good, right? It's a win-win situation for everyone. So I'm actually happy to see a more balanced market. I think it kind of evens the playing field a little bit for some of the buyers that are struggling to find homes now, especially with the obstacles that they have in the higher interest rates, which equates to higher mortgage premiums, right? Mortgage payments. So in Dare County, we're at almost a balanced market of 5.11 months of inventory. That is actually down month over month, almost 5%. The list to sold price is down slightly to 96.9%, but those sellers are still holding on to almost 97% of their list price. The median days on market was 41, and this is up 32.26% month over month. And the median sold price in all of Dare County was $630,000, and that is up almost 2.5% month over month. Okay, let's dive into new listings. The median list price of all new listings is up almost 3.5% month over month. And we're looking at a median list price of $704,375. Spring is definitely a more robust time for sales, and the prices tend to be slightly higher in the spring because the demand is higher. We saw 158 new properties come on the market in the month of May. That is down almost 17% month over month. And let's see. Yeah, down 17% month over month. We have a total of 531 active listings. That's down 3.1% month over month. The median days on market for all active listings is 75 days, and that's up 7.1% month over month. Now remember, you have 158 new active listings. You have a total of 531 active listings. I think I said that wrong. You have 158 new listings that came on the market in the month of May, but you have a total of 531 active listings. So in that total active listings, you've got properties that maybe have been sitting on the market for a longer time, and usually that's condition, price, those types of things that we've talked about before. So it's raising that median day on market to 75. In the month of May, we saw 132 properties go pending. That is up almost 17% month over month. And the median days on market for new pending listings was just 35 days. So half of the 75, or a little more than half the 75. And that is down almost 8% month over month. We have a total of 175 pending listings on the market. Their median days on market is just 31, and that's down right at 31% month over month. We saw 121 properties close in the month of May, meaning they sold, and that is up almost 25% month over month. And the sold to list price that the sellers saw was 96.91, so almost 97%. And the median days on market was just 41, and that was up 32.3% month over month. Just kind of we don't usually go over this stat, but just an interesting stat. We saw a little over $90 million worth of real estate sell in Dare County in May, and that is up almost 21% month over month. So Dare County, to wrap it up, we're sitting at 5.11 months worth of supply of inventory on the market. That is actually down almost 5% over last month, but it is up 15.6% in the last 12 rolling months. So the story continues, the trend continues, as I had predicted over a year ago, that we were ever so slowly shifting to a more balanced market. It will be interesting to see if the shift continues in this market to a more buyer's market, but right now we're only settling into a balanced market. There are some markets across the nation that are reporting buyer's markets, but what you hear on the news about real estate only matters if that's where you are. Every micro market has a set of stats, and that's all that matters to you, is where you're doing business and what those micro stats are, because one trend in one market doesn't mean that trend is going to be the same in another market. A lot of that has to do with demand in that market, inventory in that market. You know, there's so many things that can affect a market. Are there jobs? Are there declining jobs? So much goes into it. So make sure you get in the know about your market, your micro market, as to where you want to buy and sell, because that's really all that matters when you're getting ready to buy and sell, what's happening in your market. So now we're going to move to Currituck County. And this is Currituck Beaches, Corolla, and Corova, and then the Currituck mainland area. And Currituck has been a little slower to edge towards that balanced market because the Currituck mainland area has been so robust. But we are in a balanced market in Currituck County. We are standing at almost 5.5 months worth of inventory. That's up almost 2% month over month. We have a list to sold price of 99.5%. So even though maybe we're slowing and we're seeing a little bit more inventory on the market, we're definitely in a balanced market. The sellers are still getting almost 100% of their list price. And the median days on market in Currituck County is up 70%, but it's still just 29 days. And the median sold price is $476,400. That is actually down almost 15.5% month over month. New listings. We saw 135 properties come on the market in Currituck County. That's up almost 9% month over month. The median list price of those new properties was $644,070, and that was an increase of almost 22%. You have a total of 422 active listings in Currituck County. That is up almost 3.5% month over month. And the median days on market of all of those properties is 83, and that's down about 1% month over month. In May, you saw 104 new pending listings, listings went under contract. That figure is up 6.1% month over month. And the median days on market for those pending listings was 30 days, and that was down 30% month over month. we saw 227 new pending properties in Currituck County in the month of May. That's up not even 0.5% month over month. The median days on market for those new pending properties was just 28, and that was down 3.4% month over month. We saw 79 properties close in the month of May, meaning they sold, and those sellers experienced a 99.46% sold to list price, so they're getting close to 100% of their list price. The median days on market for those sold properties is 29, and that's up almost 71% month over month. Currituck County saw $46,476,396 worth of real estate sell in the month of May, and that was actually down 17.6% month over month. So to wrap up Currituck County, we have almost 5.5 months of supply of inventory on the market. That is definitely a balanced market. That is a change. Inventory has increased almost 2% month over month, and we have increased in inventory in the last 12 rolling months, a whopping almost 43%. So that has been the tale of the story for the last year, just kind of shifting more out of a seller's market to a balanced market. So let's jump in. We're also going to cover the inland counties of Northeastern North Carolina. We're going to do Camden County first. Camden County is, for those of you watching for the first time, is a very popular county with people who are living in Virginia. 17 is slated to be a new interstate going from the Raleigh area into the Hampton Roads area. And even in the areas where it's not an interstate yet, it is a direct shot from Camden into the Virginia area. It's an easy drive to the Outer Banks, and it's an easy drive into Elizabeth City. So like the Moyock area, Camden County has seen a lot of growth over the last, on and off for the last decade or so. We're looking at a seller's market in Camden still, with only 3.38 months of inventory on the market. That inventory is up 10.5% month over month. Camden County's inventory really relies on not 100%, but definitely new construction in Camden. And there was a period there where it just didn't seem like there was much new construction out there, but I did notice there were several new construction houses and communities that now have a little bit more inventory coming on the market. The sold to list price in Camden County is 100.1%. This is up almost 1.5% month over month. And the median days on market in Camden is just 8 days. Camden is definitely still a seller's market. The median sold price in Camden is up 11% to $467,000. If you're a buyer and you want to be in Camden, you need to act fast and you need to come in strong, or someone else is going to get that home. Camden is also very popular with the military families moving into the area. They've got great schools, and it's more of a country living, not a city living, so it tends to be popular with the Coast Guard base and the government contractors that are moving into Elizabeth City as well. Let's go on down here. New listings in Camden. We saw 23 come on the market. That's down 4.2%. We have a total of 54 active listings on the market. That's up almost 6% month over month. Those active listings have a median days on market of 55, and that is up 31% month over month. So the trend is moving towards more of a balanced market in Camden, but we are moving much slower in Camden County towards that balanced market. It kind of teeters back and forth, and really it just depends on supply and demand and inventory. Right now we're in the transfer season for the Coast Guard. Most of them have to be in place by July, mid-July. So we are coming to the end of that transfer season. So we may see more of a balanced market going into the third and fourth quarter of this year. Camden saw 11 properties go under contract last month. For that's actually down almost 40% month over month, and it just has to do with the limited amount of inventory up there. Median days on market for those properties was almost 67%. We have a total of 30 pending listings in Camden. That's down 14.3% month over month. Their median days on market was 26, and that's up 160% month over month. Crazy number there. We saw 14 properties close in the month of May in Camden, and that is down for almost 42% month over month. And the sold to list price was 100.12%, and that is up 1.4% month over month in Camden. Median days on market for those properties was just 8 days. That's down 84.3% month over month. So again, in Camden, you've got to strike fast and hard and come in with your best offer. There's no time to negotiate. To recap that, we have 3.38 months of supply of homes in Camden County on the market. It is up 10.5% month over month, but inventory is actually down in the last 12 months 21.9%. And much of that down number is the lack of new construction in Camden County. So now let's move into Pasquotank County, which is Elizabeth City. It's Elizabeth City and the surrounding rural areas around it, like heading over towards Weeksville, the Coast Guard base, heading inland more towards Chowan County, which is Edenton. And I would call Camden County and Pasquotank County of your inner banks of coastal North Carolina, Outer Banks area. Pasquotank County, we are edging more towards a balanced market, but we are still in a seller's market there as well. You've got only 2.94 months of inventory on the market. That's down almost 1.7%. The list of sold price in Pasquotank County is 99.1%. That's down about 0.5% month over month. And the median days on market in Pasquotank County is just 15, and that was down 25% month over month. In May, we saw 93 listings come on the market. That was down almost 31.5% month over month. We have a total of 197 active listings on the market in Pasquotank County. That's down about 0.5% month over month. The median days on market for those actives is up almost 22.5% to 49 days. In the month of May in Pasquotank, we saw 78 properties go under contract. That was down 17% month over month. Their median days on market was 24, and that is an increase of 140% month over month. And that's just maybe your transfer season and your spring season kind of winding down, because it was a little robust over there in the first part of the spring. We saw 206. We have a total of 206 pending listings in Pasquotank County. That's up almost 5% month over month. They averaged just a median days on market of 13. That was down 7.1%. We saw 58 properties close in the month of May. That was up almost 7.5%. And the list of sold price of those homes that sold had gone down 0.5% to 99.1%. So the sellers are not getting over ask like they were, at least for the month of May. The median days on market was just 15. That's down 25%. And just that fun fact of how much real estate sold in Pasquotank County, it was $19,204,284 in the month of May. So just a little over 19 million, and that was an increase of 8% month over month. To recap, Pasquotank County, you're at almost 3%, almost 3 months worth of inventory. That's down 1.7% month over month, and it's down 10%, slightly over 10% for the last 12 months. So Dare and Currituck County, the Outer Banks beaches, are in a balanced market, and Camden County and Pasquotank County are still very much in a seller's market. So if you're looking to relocate to Pasquotank or to Camden County, you got to know what you want. You got to go in fast and hard, and there's not a lot of room to negotiate there. This is Liz Holterhouse, OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams, coming to you from the Currituck Sound today. Beautiful flat day out there. It is definitely summertime here. Welcoming back all the tourists that love to come down here and spend their vacation with us, and we love every one of them. And I want to remind you to like, subscribe, and share this video if you think it'll be helpful for someone else. Thank you for watching.